Hello and what is up everyone, it is Hachi from the Art of Dota, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why Tiny is such a broken hero right now in pubs, but he's also been highly picked in the pro scene, so overall he's just an OP hero and we're expecting a nerf on him soon. But before he does get nerfed, I'm hoping to just show you why he's so good, and hopefully you'll try him out in your pubs. And if you can play him well, you can gain yourself some MMR. I'm also going to be giving you some tips, but it's not meant to be a full guide, right? The main point of this video is just to introduce the hero and why he's so good, and you can learn to play him on your own. But the first thing that you're going to need to know about Tiny is that he's an absolute lane dominator, and this is why in the professional scene he is banned out or first picked in pretty much every single game. Now, BSJ said it himself. You can pick Tiny, it doesn't matter. You can first pick Tiny, you can second pick Tiny, and you're not going to get countered, right? He wins 99% of the lane matchups, and it really just dependent on your play, right? If you play him well, you usually can just win the lane or go even. Now, the reason for that is his tree grab ability is really good at just pushing the wave in and also securing last hits, right? He has really good lane control, being able to deny and then cleave at the same time. Most melee heroes can't actually match up against him. So melee heroes that you think would be good against Tiny, like a zero armor hero, like Monkey King, or things like even Legion Commander, actually don't lane very well against Tiny because he just has a little bit more range than them, right? And with the tree, he does too much damage for them to stand up against. And let's say like a support rotates in or something like that, you can easily secure what the heck am I saying? Easily secure kills on squishy heroes. Now, the most common build on Tiny right now is to max out the toss. The toss gives you a nuke that's going to be able to allow you to push the wave in so you can get the tree grab, which is really low mana cost. It's only cost 20 mana at level 1. It does scale up by 10 mana per level, but with the toss, you just cleave the wave a little bit and then you toss a creep, and then you can just clear the wave out, guaranteeing and securing all the last hits. Now, the reason why Tiny having the tree grab is so good is because denies are really important, and it's really, really hard to deny against Tiny. If you're playing him properly, you can pretty much secure like most of the CS and lane. It's very hard to deny against a Tiny, right? He already had a lot of damage before. I mean, his attack speed's kind of garbage, but with the tree grab, if you see here, it increases his damage by 10%. That's pretty significant because he already does so much damage. That's like increasing it by like 10 damage. I mean, that does matter. He hits for about 100 damage, increases your damage by 10 to just creeps, and it also cleaves, right? So you're hitting for like 100 damage, cleaving as well, and you get 5 hits with the tree, and you can even just toss it casually at the enemy for a little bit extra harass. And that's the key to Tiny's laning stage, is winning the harass war and just shoving the wave out and getting a lot of damage onto the enemy offlaner or whatever you're laning against, right? I think Tiny can work in any lane. He can be an off lane hero, he can be a mid hero, and especially in like more lower MMR brackets, you really can take him anywhere and you're going to dominate. I mean, if you haven't been playing Tiny and you're 3K, better start playing Tiny. He's not that hard to pick up. His combo takes a little bit of practice to hit properly if you are like completely new to the hero, because Avalanche is a little bit hard to land. I mean, toss is a simple ability, right? You just need to walk next to a target and it tosses the closest thing. I mean, it does take a little bit of practice as well to get like the toss backs properly, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty simple. Usually you can get away with just like spamming your buttons and you just kill stuff, especially in the lower brackets. But at the highest level, Tiny is a complete lane dominator in a 1v1. Again, I said he can pretty much beat any hero. Now, as you see here, like Sand King is known to dominate melee heroes, and you can see here there's no problem for this Tiny at all. And another thing that is really good that Tiny can do is just push the wave out and then farm jungle. So notice that there was a stacked camp there. So eventually Tiny will get strong enough where you can just push out the lane, secure all the last hits, and then just go into the jungle, farm up there, and you can accelerate your farm. If you let Tiny do his own thing, he'll easily have the highest GPM in the game. And now, another reason why he's so good is, first of all, you're already winning your lane most likely, right? You might get 1 or 2 kills, you might just be dominating your lane, but then your tree grab ability gives you bonus building damage. And how much bonus building damage? 60% at level 1, and it scales up 80%, 100%, 120%. So you're already winning your lane, you're getting kills, you're accelerating your experience, accelerating your farm, and now suddenly you're able to take towers really quickly. Now, doesn't that sound like an OP hero to you? Because to me, it definitely does. Now, he's going to definitely destroy pubs if you just do your thing. Now, one weakness of Tiny that you will have to watch out for is that he has 0 armor. So you're going to want to build accordingly. A lot of people now are building Aquila on Tiny just for the little bit of extra armor. It's really good as well because it'll allow you to push the tower, giving your creeps a little bit extra armor. And of course, a little bit of extra attack speed from the Agi is nice as well. And of course, that's also going to contribute to armor. But one thing that you also want to watch out for on Tiny is just getting caught out and diving towers, right? You don't want to tank tower shots at all. And it's the same thing with him having no armor. A lot of people get over aggressive on the hero, and you got to realize the hero is a farming hero. Don't run around, don't dive towers, don't do crazy crap. You want to win the game by farming up, getting more farm than anyone, and just blowing up anyone that shows up, right? Don't run around, don't go crazy. So notice, like, Tiny is owning in your lane, and you want to dominate your lane. And also another thing that people do that you shouldn't do on Tiny is just go straight jungle, right? He doesn't jungle really well. As I said, he can jungle, but you want to be in a lane. Now, that's the main thing about this patch. And why Tiny is also really strong is because he can stay in lanes, and for the most part, he's very hard to gank actually. Once you get like a mobility item like drums, just move. You're either going for move speed or you want a blink dagger or shadow blade. I'm not gonna go over all the builds because Tiny has, a ton of builds you can go for, but once you get your first item, blink, again, anything that will allow you that mobility, you can really move around the map really quickly because his ultimate does give him a little bit of extra bonus move speed. Actually, it doesn't anymore. Never mind, scratch that. That was changed. So as you see, they already nerfed him a little bit. I forgot about that, but his ult does give him armor now, though, which is nice. That makes up for his weakness there. You see, he does have 5 armor. So maybe you can get away without going for armor items, but eventually you will need assault curas. And I even see some people go for butterfly on Tiny. But the playstyle that you want to use on Tiny after the laning stage is just a lane pusher. You're going to shove in the lanes, then you go jungle, right? But if there's no one in the lane, make sure you keep shoving them out. You're very strong at just continuously pressuring lanes and split pushing. And that's his main job later on in the game. Because as a straight on carry, he'll actually lose to most enemy carries just because of his armor problem. Right? He doesn't have the Craggy anymore, so if he gets like jumped on by like heavy physical damage dealers, a major counter to Tiny is like a hero like Lifestealer, where Lifestealer can really just ignore most of Tiny's damage because he gets tanky enough that he just don't care. And then he can just melt Tiny. He also doesn't care about Tiny's burst because he does have Rage. So later on in the game, that's the main thing you're going to watch out for. Remember, split pushing, pushing out waves, not jungling too much, and then avoiding like straight on confrontations with the enemy carry, right? Unless you're way over farmed. If you're trying to 1v1 the enemy right click carry, if they're like farmed at all, you're just going to get shredded. You have to wait until you get the AC. He's kind of like a hit and run hero, right? You have this move speed for a reason. You have this mobility, right? Again, that's a bit of a nerf as he doesn't get move speed from his ultimate more, so you really need to build it. You need to build the Shadow Blades, you need to build Blink Daggers, Sanjay and Joshua, things like that, so you can get around the fight and you just go in and out. You go in, maybe blow up a support or like a squishy mid hero like a Queen of Pain, and then you go back out. You don't want to go head to head. So for example, in this game, Tiny doesn't want to just man up on Gyro unless he gets a jump on him and he's disabling him. So that's also the main thing you got to look out for is the right clicking carry, but also you do need to watch out for stuns. He has status resistance, but status resistance is not invincibility, right? BKB is a core item on Tiny for a reason. If you do get stun locked down, you will die. Doesn't matter how tanky you are. A lot of people think that you're just invincible on Tiny. They go right in there and they just end up feeding. Make sure that you do get a BKB eventually, but again, that hit and run playstyle is what you're aiming for. Don't just run straight in. I watched a game today, or I casted a game today, where Nando bought a heart on Tiny, thought he was invincible, walked straight into 5 heroes on Fnatic, ended up dying, right? Now, like a hero like Pangolier can be annoying for Tiny, as you see here, and any type of stun lock is, because he really needs to get in close for his damage, right? And if you get on top of enemy heroes, you do tend to get stunned and you tend to get disabled. And again, status resistance is not invincibility. It'll help you out if the enemy are trying to catch you out, but if you run straight into them, they will chain stun you down and you're actually very immobile, right? Sure, you can run fast, you're buying all these mobility items, but again, he has no real escape, right? He doesn't have a blink like anti-mage. So if you get stuck in the enemy team, you're stuck in the enemy team and you're most likely dead. Now, Tiny is a very snowbally hero. So the way you want to accelerate your farm and actually close out the game is just by pushing your advantage. So don't AFK jungle and push lanes. Tell your team to follow you around and just get kills. But again, don't just look for kills anywhere and run around and only go for kills. You need to push out the lanes, then you go for kills. When there's no lanes to be pushed, there's nothing else to do, look for kills. And if there's no kills, that's when you jungle. Don't jungle on Tiny when nothing else, like you could be doing something else on the map, right? You only want to jungle when there's nothing else to do. So ganking on Tiny is important, but of course you need to also prioritize your farm. Now, it's going to be pretty much it for this video. I'm not going to explain more than that, but I hope this video did explain to you why Tiny is so good right now. I did give you a little bit of tips as well on how to play him effectively for really all MMR brackets, but I geared it a little bit more towards the lower MMRs. I know a lot of people watching my videos are around 3K, I mean 4K, and these tips will help you out, but the main points that you will consider is that Tiny is just a lane dominator. That's why he is so good. His abilities to get denies are on par with like the top lane dominators in the game, like OD and things like that. And just being able to deny, secure your lane is such a strength in this patch that it just makes him absolutely broken. And I guarantee you, you can first pick Tiny, second pick Tiny, and if you get good on him, you're going to win a lot of games. So I hope I see you get some MMR, and if you did enjoy this video and it helped you out, make sure you leave a like down below, but also be sure to subscribe because I am uploading content. I haven't made a video in a while, but I'll get back on track. I have been streaming, so if you want to check out my streams, I'm casting some Dota right now. It's always exciting, it's quite throwy, and it is hype. So I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope you like this one, and peace out.